Wife stole my work for her lover. My revenge was brutal. I caught her laughing at me on a call with her lover. That laugh ended our marriage. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe to Viora for more unforgettable stories that speak to the heart. I'm Shawn Aldridge, 48, a logistics manager at Horizon Solutions, a mid-sized firm in Charlotte, North Carolina. 15 years in, I'd clawed my way up, streamlined operations, saved millions, built a name clients trusted. Not a millionaire, but solid, nice house, vintage Mustang, annual trips with my wife Vanessa. 37, she was the spark, sharp, ambitious, a marketing VP who'd climbed faster than me. 10 years married, no kids, but we had plans. A beach house, early retirement. I thought we were a team. Then I heard her laugh, and it wasn't for me. It was a Thursday, me working late, tweaking a supply chain model I'd spent months perfecting. Vanessa was in her home office, door cracked. Her voice carried light, flirty Shawn. "He's too busy to notice," she said, laughing. My stomach dropped. I edged closer. "Ricky's got the edge," she added. "Ricky Stanton, 50, a slick sales rep at Horizon, all charm. No substance." I'd mentored him, vouched for his promotion. Now he was her edge. My blood ran cold. Next morning, Vanessa was all smiles, pouring coffee. "Big day, babe?" she asked, kissing my cheek. I nodded, eyes on her. Was I paranoid? I didn't want to be that guy snooping, accusing. But doubt festers. By noon, I couldn't focus. Her phone buzzed during lunch, and she angled it away. "Work," she said, too quick. That night she worked late. I checked her GPS. Not the office, a downtown hotel. My chest tightened. I'm not a fool. 10 years teaches you patterns. Vanessa was slipping. So I checked her laptop, left open on the counter. Emails to Ricky. "Last night was worth it. You're my star." A calendar invite for a client dinner at the hotel. My hands shook. I found a file, my supply chain model, sent to Ricky. My work, her betrayal. This wasn't just an affair, it was a heist. She came home at midnight, heels clicking. "Long day?" I asked, voice steady. She smiled, brushing her hair. Exhausting. Her perfume wasn't hers. I didn't snap. I planned. I called my buddy Mike Callahan, 49, a corporate lawyer who'd seen it all. We met at a bar, neon buzzing. "Shawn, you sure?" Mike asked, sipping whiskey. "She's cheating with Ricky Stanton, stealing my work. I need proof." Mike scribbled a name, Elena Torres. PI, she's discreet, expensive. I pocketed it, resolve hardening. Elena was a pro, late 40s. Eyes like steel. We met in her office, files stacked high. "What do you want, Aldridge?" she asked. "The truth. Every detail." She nodded. 10 days. Act normal, normal. Like I could with a knife in my back. I played the part. Kissed Vanessa. "Good morning." Laughed at her jokes, but every touch was a lie. Elena worked fast. Her first report hit my inbox, photos of Vanessa and Ricky at a rooftop bar, her hand on his emails showing she'd pitched my model as Ricky's idea to the board. A $50,000 bonus in Ricky's account, approved by her. My work, his reward. The kicker, Vanessa was pushing Ricky for my job. My job. I sat in my Mustang Rain, streaking the windshield, reading Elena's file. This wasn't just a revenge story. It was sabotage. Vanessa wasn't just cheating. She was erasing me. I gripped the wheel, knuckles white. I could have confronted her. Blown it all up. But I'm smarter than that. Mike set up a meeting with Vanessa's boss, Greg Harlan. 55, Horizon's CEO. I walked in. Elena's evidence in a briefcase. Greg leaned back, skeptical. "Shawn, you're up for VP. Why this?" I slid the folder across. "Photos, emails, bank records." His face paled. "This is serious," I said, voice low. "It's theft, betrayal. I'm done." I dropped my resignation letter. Not just a quit notice. Inside was a patent for my model, filed a year ago in my name only. Greg's eyes widened. "You patented this?" I nodded. "Horizon can license it, or I walk with it." He stammered. "We need you, Shawn." I stood. "You needed me before you let her play games." I walked out, rain soaking my coat. Control felt good that night. Vanessa was pacing when I got home. "You resigned!" she yelled. "Greg's furious." I crossed my arms. "You gave Ricky my model, my job. You're sleeping with him." She froze, then laughed, bitter. "You're delusional." Her eyes betrayed her. "Am I?" I said, tossing a photo of them on the table. She paled, grabbed her purse, and stormed out. The door slammed. Silence burned. Elena called at 1 a.m. "Shawn, big fine." She sent a video. Vanessa and Ricky arguing in a parking lot. Ricky shoved her hard. She stumbled, tears streaming. My fists clenched. Cheater or not, nobody touches her like that. I drove to Mike's, showed him the footage. What's my move? I asked. Mike rubbed his temples. Ricky's got a record fraud assault. You want to end this, use it. I didn't sleep. Vanessa's betrayal was a blade, but Ricky was the twist. Elena dug deeper, found an email from Vanessa to Ricky Shawn's Clueless. It read, "We'll take the model. The job, everything attached was a forged board proposal. My signature faked, crediting Ricky. If it passed, I'd lose my career." I stared at the screen, rain tapping the window. This was war. The next twist hit fast. Elena traced the bonus to a Shell account linked to a board member, Victor Crane 60. Vanessa had promised him a cut to push Ricky's promotion. My wife wasn't just cheating. She was running a con. I met Elena at a diner, dawn breaking. "What's next?" I asked. She sipped coffee, eyes sharp. "Confront them now. It's messy, or play their game better." I leaned back, mind racing. Vanessa thought I'd fold. Ricky thought he'd won. Victor thought he was untouchable. They were wrong. Let's bury them, I said, voice like steel. Mike filed a patent claim locking my model. Elena tailed Ricky, catching him meeting Victor at a club. I hired a forensic accountant, Sarah Brooks, 45, who traced the money. $200,000 funneled through Victor's account. My work, their scam. Sarah's report was airtight. "You've got them," she said, handing it over. "They're done." But they weren't. Vanessa showed up at the house, eyes red. "Shawn, we need to talk," she said, voice trembling. I let her in. Wary, she sat, twisting her ring. "I messed up Ricky's. He's not worth it. I'm scared." My heart tugged, old habits lingering. Then her phone buzzed. Ricky's name. A text. "Keep him quiet." She was playing me. "Again, get out," I said, voice low. She blinked, shocked. "Shawn, please, out." She fled, purse clutched. I exhaled, the air heavy. "No more games," I called Mike. "File everything." Now the next day I walked into Greg's office, Sarah's report in hand. Greg skimmed it, sweating. "This is fraud," he muttered. "Fraud," I said, leaning in. "It's betrayal. Tell Vanessa she's got 24 hours to resign or I go public." He nodded, rattled. I walked out, sunlight hitting my face. I was in control. Then my phone rang. Unknown number, a man's voice. "Rough, back off, Aldridge. You're playing with fire." Click. My pulse raced. Ricky. It had to be. I locked the doors, checked the cameras. Nothing but the threat lingered. This wasn't just about Vanessa anymore. Ricky and Victor were coming for me, and I was ready to fight. Ricky's threat hung like a storm cloud. "You're playing with fire," he'd growled. Sleep was a lost cause. My Charlotte house, once a haven, felt like a target. Every creak, every passing car set my teeth on edge. But I wasn't backing down. I'm Shawn Aldridge, and I'd built my career from grit. No way was I letting a sleaze like Ricky Stanton or a crook like Victor Crane burn it down. Morning came sharp and cold. I called Elena, my PI, voice tight. "Ricky threatened me. Dig into his moves." Elena was all business. "He's rattled, Shawn. We're close. I'll track his contacts." Next I hit up Sarah, the forensic accountant. "Any more on the money trail?" I asked. She didn't pause. "Vanessa's sloppy, another $30,000 moved last week. Offshore account, Panama. I'm tracing the owner." My jaw clenched. Offshore, this wasn't just an affair, it was a corporate conspiracy. I drove to Horizon's warehouse, the hum of forklifts and diesel grounding me. My team guys I'd trained for years nodded as I passed. But I wasn't there to manage. I needed to think. Vanessa, Ricky, Victor, they weren't just stealing my work. That forged proposal could hand them my supply chain model, my career's pinnacle. 15 years of late nights, scrapped weekends gone. I wasn't letting that happen. Midday. Mike called. Greg's panicking. He said Vanessa's pushing for Ricky's promotion, but your patent claims got them spooked. They want to meet tomorrow. You ready? I gripped the phone. Ready, I'm itching to finish this. But Mike's voice dropped. Shawn, heads up. Greg mentioned Victor Crane's pulling strings. He's got board influence. You know him. My stomach twisted. Victor, the board's golden boy, always at Vanessa's side during company galas. Too close. Yeah, I said low, I know him. That afternoon, Elena sent a new file. Photos of Vanessa and Ricky at a Charlotte rooftop bar. Her lips brushing his ear. Victor was there, sipping scotch, smirking. My blood boiled. Ricky was the affair. But Victor was the mastermind. If he was bankrolling this, it was bigger than a revenge story. But why me? My model was valuable, but Horizon wasn't a tech giant. What was Victor's endgame? No time to guess, my phone buzzed. Text, unknown number. Check your mailbox. My pulse spiked. I strode to the curb, heart pounding. A plain envelope. No stamp inside a USB drive and a note. You're not alone. Watch them. No signature. I should have called Elena, but curiosity burned back inside. I plugged in the drive, a video loaded. Grainy footage of Ricky and Victor in a parking garage arguing. Ricky jabbed a finger. You said Aldridge was out. Victor's voice was ice. He is Vanessa's, the leverage. Keep her hooked. The video cut out. My hands shook. Leverage. Vanessa wasn't just cheating. She was Victor's pawn, and I was the mark. But who sent the USB ally rival? I forwarded it to Elena. Find out who's tailing Ricky. I said someone's playing both sides. She didn't flinch on it, but Shawn. Victor's connected. Old money, dirtier hands, this could get ugly. Ugly was my turf. I'd faced down suppliers, rival firms, even a hostile takeover threat in 18. But this was personal. I met Mike at his office, showed him the video. His face darkened. Victor's a shark. If he's in Vanessa's not just unfaithful, she's trapped. I leaned forward. Then we cut the net. File fraud charges. Hit them all. Mike hesitated. That's a big swing, Shawn. Sure, I met his eyes. They stole my work, my life. I'm done playing defense. That night I couldn't stay home. Vanessa's perfume lingered, a ghost of our past. I drove to a bar, ordered a bourbon. The burn steadied me. Then I saw her, not Vanessa, but Sarah, the accountant. She was at a corner table nursing a vodka tonic. Mind if I join, I asked. She smirked. Only if you're buying. We talked her divorce, my early days at Horizon. For an hour I forgot the fight, but as I left she grabbed my arm. Shawn, be careful. That offshore account, it's Victor's. Vanessa's not the brains, she's the bait. The word hit like a fist. Vanessa wasn't just a cheater, she was Victor's tool. But why me? My model was innovative but not world-changing. The answer came at dawn. Elena called, voice urgent. Shawn, I found the USB source. Ex-employee of Victor's fired last month, name's Claire Novak, 42. She's got dirt, embezzlement, blackmail, wants to meet. I didn't hesitate, set it up. Claire was a wreck, chain smoking in a diner booth. Victor wants Horizon. She said, eyes darting. Your model's the key to a merger with a tech giant. He's using Vanessa to tank your career, force you out. My fists clenched, and Ricky. Claire snorted. Ricky's a pawn. Victor pays him to keep Vanessa in line. But she's breaking. She called me begging for help. I leaned in. Help? Why she's still playing? Claire's eyes met mine. Victor's got leverage. Photos from her past before you. The air vanished. Vanessa's wild 20s weren't a secret. She'd partied hard, ran with a rough crowd. But blackmail. That was low. Part of me wanted to save her, pull her out, but the part that had seen her emails, her lies, knew better. She'd chosen this. I slipped Claire $500. Stay safe, I said. She nodded. Already gone. The meeting with Greg was hours away. I walked in, Mike at my side, Claire's words burning. Vanessa was there, pale eyes red. Ricky sat beside her, smirking. Greg cleared his throat. Shawn, reconsider. We need you. Ricky's promotion is flexible, I laughed. Cold flexible. He stole my model. She helped. I tossed Claire's affidavit on the table, detailing Victor's scheme. Ricky's smirk vanished. Vanessa gasped. Shawn, I didn't save it. I snapped. You sold me out for him. I pointed at Ricky, who shifted, eyes narrow. Then the twist. Greg's phone buzzed. He glanced at it, paled. We need to pause, he said, voice shaky. My office got a tip. SEC's looking into Victor fraud, insider trading. Vanessa's eyes widened. Ricky shot up. This is bullshit, I said, voice like ice. You're next. The room froze. Greg adjourned, promising to regroup. Vanessa grabbed my arm as I left Shawn. I'm sorry, I didn't know it'd go this far. I shook her off. You knew enough outside. Mike clapped my shoulder. You rattled them, but Victor's not done. I nodded. Scanning the street. A black SUV idled, tinted windows. Trouble, I called Elena. Check Victor's movements. He's not backing off. She didn't sugarcoat it. He's not got a hit on his phone. He's meeting Ricky tonight. Warehouse district, you want in? I gripped the phone. Hell yes. That night I parked a block from the warehouse. Elena's directions, locked in rain, slicked the pavement streetlights buzzing. Ricky's sedan was there next to a Bentley. Victor's voices echoed inside. I crept closer, phone recording. Ricky was yelling. "You said Aldridge was gone. Now the SEC's sniffing." Victor's voice was smooth, deadly. "Relax, Vanessa's the fall guy. She'll take the hit." My blood boiled. They were framing her. After everything, she was their scapegoat. Then it went sideways. A flashlight beam hit me. "Who's there?" A third voice, not Ricky's or Victor's. I froze. Footsteps. I bolted, ducking behind a dumpster. The beam swept past. My phone buzzed. "Elena, get out. Victor's got muscle." Too late. A hand grabbed my collar, yanked me up. A guy 6'4", built like a tank. "Wrong place," he growled. I swung, caught his jaw. He staggered. Pain exploded in my ribs as he hit back. I hit the ground. Vision swimming, headlights. A car screeched up. Elena. She leapt out, pepper spray in hand. "Back off," she shouted. The guy hesitated, ran. Elena hauled me up. "You're a fool," she muttered, shoving me into her car. We peeled out, rain blurring the windshield. "What'd you hear?" she asked. I coughed, ribs screaming. "They're setting Vanessa up. Victor's the kingpin." Elena's jaw tightened. "Then we take him down, back home." I iced my ribs, mind racing. Vanessa, Ricky, Victor, a hydra, each head uglier. But Claire's tip, Elena's hustle, Sarah's evidence, it was stacking up. I wasn't just fighting for my model anymore. This was about justice. Sarah called big news. That offshore account tied to Victor's shell company, tax evasion laundering. I sent it to the SEC. I grinned. "Pain be damned, you're a genius," she laughed. "Just doing my job, but Shawn, Vanessa's been calling me." She's scared. Ricky's unhinged. I didn't answer. Vanessa's fear didn't sway me. She'd made her bed. Then the final twist. My office security pinged. Footage from last night, someone tampering with my files. I zoomed in. Ricky. He wasn't just threatening me, he was sabotaging my work. I called Mike, Elena, Sarah. "We end this now." The plan was simple: bait. Ricky, catch him red-handed, tie him to Victor. But as I hung up, my phone buzzed. Vanessa. A voicemail. "Shawn, I'm at the beach house. Ricky's here. He's losing it. Help." Her voice broke raw with fear. I stared at the phone. The beach house. Our escape, where we'd planned our future. Now a trap. Or was it Vanessa had lied before, but that panic, it was real. I grabbed my keys. This wasn't about saving her. This was about ending it. All of it. Vanessa's voicemail clawed at me as I sped toward the beach house, the North Carolina coast a blur of salt and shadow. "Ricky's here. He's losing it." Help. My ribs ached from the warehouse brawl, but adrenaline burned hotter. The beach house was an hour out, tucked among dunes near Wilmington. Our refuge, now a potential bloodbath. I didn't trust Vanessa, not after her lies, her betrayal, but that fear in her voice was raw. Trap or not, I was finishing this tonight. I called Elena, speakerphone crackling. "Vanessa's at the beach house with Ricky. She says he's unhinged. I'm going in." Elena's voice was sharp. "Shawn, wait for backup. I'm calling the cops." I shook my head. "No time, just get there." I dialed Mike next. "Ricky's at the beach house. Vanessa's in trouble. Maybe if I don't make it, use Sarah's evidence. Bury." Victor. Mike's tone was grim. "Don't be stupid, Shawn." I laughed, bitter. Too late. The beach house loomed, lights flickering through the dunes. Ricky's sedan was parked crooked. Vanessa's BMW beside it. No Bentley, no Victor. Yet I parked 100 yards back, grabbed a tire iron from the trunk. Not a gun, but it'd do. My phone buzzed. "Sarah, SEC's moving on Victor, arrest warrants out, stay safe." I pocketed it. Crept forward, sand crunching underfoot. Voices spilled from the open window. Vanessa, desperate. This wasn't the plan. Ricky's growl cut through. "You wanted the model, now we fix this." My grip tightened. Fix what? Me, her, both. I peered inside. Vanessa stood by the fireplace, arms crossed, eyes darting. Ricky paced, a pistol in his hand, sweat dripping. He looked like a cornered animal. Then the first twist, headlights swept the drive. A black Bentley pulled in. Victor Crane. Stepping out, suit pristine despite the late hour. My stomach dropped. He wasn't just pulling strings, he was here to cut them. I ducked low, heart pounding. Victor knocked sharp. Ricky yanked the door open, gun raised. "You're late," Ricky snapped. Victor's voice was silk. "And you're a mess. Aldridge is still breathing. End it." Vanessa's face paled. "Victor, no. We agreed." Victor smirked. "Agreements change." I had seconds. The back door was unlocked. Vanessa's old habit. I slipped in, tire iron heavy, staying low in the kitchen's shadows. The living room was steps away, their voices clear. Ricky ranted, "Aldridge has evidence." "The SEC's closing in," Victor laughed cold. "You're the liability, Stanton. You and her." Vanessa gasped. I promised a payout." Victor cut in, "You delivered Aldridge's model. Now you're done." My blood boiled. Vanessa wasn't just bait. She was expendable. But I wasn't here to save her. I was here to end the game. I edged closer, tire iron ready. Vanessa saw me, her eyes flickering. Ricky caught it. Spun gun up. Aldridge. I dove behind a couch as a shot rang out, splintering wood. Vanessa screamed. Victor cursed, "Not here, you fool." Chaos erupted. I lunged, swinging the tire iron. It caught Ricky's wrist and the gun skidded across the floor. He roared, tackling me. We crashed into a coffee table, glass shattering. My ribs screamed as he landed a punch. I kneed his gut, rolled free, grabbing the gun. "Freeze," I shouted, aiming at Victor. Victor raised his hands, smirking. "You won't shoot Aldridge." "You're not that guy." I stepped closer, finger on the trigger. "Keep talking," Vanessa sobbed, backed against the wall. "Shawn, I didn't mean." "Quiet." I snapped eyes on Victor. Sirens wailed, red and blue flashing outside. Elena had come through. Ricky froze, panting. Victor's smirk faded. "You're finished," I said. "SEC has your accounts, your scam, everything." The second twist hit like a tidal wave. Vanessa lunged, not at me but at Victor. She clawed his face, screaming, "You ruined me." Victor shoved her, blood streaking his cheek. "You ruined yourself!" Her outburst gave me the edge. I yanked her behind me. "Stay down," I said, gun steady. Police burst in shouting, "Drop the weapon." I set the gun down, hands up. Ricky was cuffed, cursing. Victor tried to talk his way out, but the lead cop wasn't buying it. "Victor Crane, you're under arrest." Vanessa collapsed, sobbing. I didn't look at her. Cops swarmed, taping off the beach house. I gave my statement: Vanessa's affair, the stolen model, Victor's con. Vanessa sat in a corner, silent, broken. She tried to speak. Shawn. I walked away. Her words were ash. 10 years and she'd sold me out for a conman and a crook. No apology could fix that. Days later, the fallout hit. Victor's arrest was all over Charlotte news: fraud, insider trading, embezzlement. Ricky flipped, spilling everything for a plea deal. Vanessa faced charges: conspiracy, theft. Mike said she'd likely get probation, maybe a year. I didn't care. My model was safe. My patent ironclad. Sarah's evidence had sealed it. But the final twist came from Claire, the whistleblower. She met me at a coffee shop, handed me a flash drive. "Vanessa's photos," she said. "The ones Victor used to control her. I hacked his server. Your call." I stared at the drive. Part of me wanted to destroy it. Let her past die. But the part that had fought for my life kept it locked in a safe. Not for revenge, but insurance. Weeks passed. I didn't go back to Horizon. Instead, I got a call from Nexus Dynamics, a tech firm in Raleigh. Their CEO, Ethan Walsh, 52, wanted my model. I pitched it in their boardroom. My patent projected on the screen. Ethan didn't blink. "Name your terms." I did. "Triple my old salary, 8% equity, VP of innovation," and a press release stating Horizon rejected my work. He shook my hand. "Done." Horizon tanked. Ricky's promotion imploded, projects stalled, clients bailed, Vanessa was fired, her reputation in shreds. The board begged me to return, offering CEO a blank check. I met them in their fancy conference room, their faces desperate. "Shawn, name your price," Greg pleaded. I smiled, tore their contract in half. "You had your chance," I said, walking out. The door clicked shut. Final. Vanessa sent an email a month later. Tear-stained words. "I was wrong," she wrote. "I'm sorry." I read it once, deleted it. Sorry didn't erase Ricky's gun. Victor's smirk or her laugh on that call. I'd rebuilt my life stronger. That was enough. Nexus launched my model globally. Companies lined up, contracts pouring in. I bought a new place, sleek, overlooking Charlotte's skyline. Sarah and I grabbed drinks sometimes, her wit a quiet spark, not love, not yet, but a start. But late at night when the city hummed below, I'd think of that beach house, the gun in my hand. The man I'd become. Was I a hero? A survivor? Or just a guy who'd refused to break? I don't have the answer. Maybe you do. Did I do right, walking away from Vanessa's plea? Or should I have offered her a chance to rebuild? What's justice when trust is gone? Like what you heard? Hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Viora, because the next story might just be your favorite one yet.